It's Nimi here. I don't know about you, but I'm beginning to feel like an extra from one of those TV survivor programs. Went to NGC yesterday. There is a new regime in London. You knock on the door, they leave your coins in a room, and you can take your new coins to be graded and leave them on the table. You don't see another human being. You drop off, you pick up, you leave the room, and then that's it. Meanwhile, big thank you to NGC for this lovely little coin, very beautifully presented coin. This was a prize that I won in the Instagram 20,000 subs competition that NGC had a while ago. It's only just come through to the UK, so I'm showing it off to you in this video. But it's a BU normal $1 2020 eagle, bullion eagle, very nice condition. Looks like a 70 grade, even though in the sample slabs they don't grade them. So very, very glad to have that. Absolutely lovely. And I really like what they've done with those holders. Horace is always hungry, and what is Horace hungry for? Why? Quality coins from thecoinconnection.co.uk, the home of quality checked modern coins for collectors. There has been a bit of an absence in mega results videos recently because a lot of the coins that went through to NGC in December and January had a problem apparently going through US customs. Maybe the paperwork was wrong or something like that. So they came back to NGC in the UK and then they were sent by FedEx recently. So first three coins here out the box actually belong to me. I bought the three coin set from Sean Oliver, who has got a YouTube channel. I'll put the link below to the YouTube channel, or maybe above on a card, so you can visit him. And a big shout out to Sean. I bought these for a little bit over bullion, and with conservation they turned out as a 70, which I was thrilled about. This one is, I remember this coming through, tiny little coin. These coins are so much better in a slab than raw because otherwise they get a bit lost. I mean, they're still lost in the middle of the slab, but I think you can find the actual coin. You know it won't get lost anywhere. But this is one that is a Mexican coin, 20th of an ounce of gold. Pretty little coin. A little bit similar in some ways to a Libertad, but different kind of design on it. Same back as the Libertad design on the back, where a lot of Mexican coins have that same kind of eagle with the worm and stuff like that, or is it a snake? What have we got next? I really liked this when it came in. This is a restrike copy of a Bohemian Thaler. The restrike was made in 1967, so this was graded by NGC as a modern coin. And of course, you probably remember Mr. 1967, and this is one of his collection. He collects theme coins dated 1967. So any of these coins that are interesting, and this one is a particularly really striking, beautiful. I think it's a Polish mint copy of the Thaler. Very nice little sovereign here, 2005. I always am absolutely delighted when those get a 70 because in a 70 they get a nice little value uplift that covers all the grading costs, and that always makes me happy. And I particularly like that John Node design as well. This one, shout out to Stuart on this one if he's watching. This is one of his. It got a 69, but I think it was, can't remember, I think it was conserved, but it wasn't in brilliant condition when it came in, but I think it did nicely with a 69. This is what happens when NGC decide they don't want to mess around with an existing coin in a nice grade. This happens surprisingly often. They can be very reluctant to mess around and conserve coins that don't necessarily need it, and that is right and appropriate and good practice. But a lot of my clients want to just try to see whether their coins have been or are able to be uplifted through conservation or grading, or so they get sent back, they get reviewed. Quite often the NGC won't do anything, won't conserve them. This one was ultra cameo, 63 plus grade, already a lovely coin, and didn't need to do that. So that one I'll save for another story for later and tell you all about that. So not for this video, but for another video. These couple of coins you're going to see next, the owner of these coins wanted the Marsh variety number on these coins. I think there are a lot of sovereign variety collectors out there, and until recently it was quite difficult to get NGC to put a variety attribution on these coins, but they now charge a little bit extra for the extra work. They charge £6 extra. They will look up the Marsh number, or the English silver number, or the Bull number, or the Spink number, or the Freeman number, or the Peck number. So anyone who wants their really precise catalogue number on one of these British coins can now get it. You can see this one's got a P number. This is Peck 1930. This is my coin, and it was in an old style holder which had a chip out of it. And I wanted this coin. Hasn't been regraded. It was already a 65. It's a very, very rare, very beautiful coin. It's an off metal pattern coin, third of a farthing, 1868. Really nice, pretty expensive coin. And I wanted it in a nice new holder. When they do a reholder, they give it a scratch proof surface, and it gives it a really nice finish. Some people try and ask for a scratch proof service when they submit via me. If a lot of people ask, I can do a tier with a scratch proof service, but NGC insist on every coin in a tier being done with the same scratch proof service. So this one is a special coin. It's an essay, which is a trial course coin. So it's it's a pattern, I guess. It's like a pattern coin where there's a few of them produced just to try out a certain design or a certain material. And how do we know it's an essay coin? Because it has the word essay on it. So you can see here, this particular design is a trial piece from Uruguay, and this was bought at auction by a friend of mine, and he had it sent to me directly from the auction, and I submitted it to him for him at NGC with a pretty nice spectacular result, which I'm very happy with. You can see here, it was originally in a PCGS holder, and he wanted it in an NGC holder. It's an MS 65 plus, so it went up a half a grade, and PCGS did call it an SP for specimen, but on the NGC side they treat it as an MS, but it's the same coin, it's a pattern, so it doesn't really matter whether it's got an SP on it at all. So on to box number 2. Hope I'm using up a few of your spare minutes that you have social distancing or in quarantine, wherever you are watching this in the world. Make yourself a nice cup of tea, and if you like Morgan dollars, there's a whole box of Morgan dollars here. I don't know a huge amount about Morgan dollars. I've never really focused on Morgan dollars. People are sending me these coins for grading. I know that there's quite a lot of rare dates. I was listening to the Coin Show podcast this week, where I think it was the last year that Carson City Mint had produced a Morgan dollar. Somebody found one of those coins in a nice bright shiny condition, not cleaned like this one. Nice bright shiny regular condition, and it's probably going to sell for about $10,000. Most of these coins, in fact all of these coins, are significantly less than that, not nearly as rare, but it's kind of interesting seeing the bright shiny ones. Lots of different mints representative. This one is the New Orleans mint. You can see here, where was it cleaned? You can see on the reverse, just by the eagle's head, there was a few signs of cleaning. Unfortunately, not that noticeable when it came in. So sorry about that. 1882 Morgan dollar in a 62. Now, I kind of like to see these really well circulated Morgans if they haven't been cleaned and they're in nice honest condition. And we'll take a look at those a little bit later in this video, and because they've got the signs of actually having been used in commerce and handled by people, and in a way that's kind of, you know, it's even nicer in some ways than some of these really minty ones. You can see there a BU one and a cleaned one, and the difference between them. Here's another cleaned one, and this one did very well. The 1884 O did very well, got a 65, but there's a lot of nice condition coins of that year from the New Orleans Mint. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the bright shiny ones with loads of detail, or do you prefer the ones that have been honestly used in trade? This one, you can see a little bit of sign of something by the N and the reef, but no, another side, the other reef inside, a little scratchy area. Is that cleaning? I don't know. And when they say cleaned on these coins, that can mean a whole variety of things. It covers a whole variety of different things, and it may not mean cleaning in the traditional sense of the word. So 1886 Philadelphia Mint. What do you guys think of Morgans? And this is interesting to me. G. Okay, so this is a one of the lowest kind of number ranges, a 6. So most of the detail is missing on the head, and we'll take a look in a sec now at some of these different low coloured ones, because you don't see them that often. No, it's much more likely to have coins that are graded in the higher grades in a way than the lower grades, because of the way they're picked. You don't really get a chance to see how much detail needs to be left to get the different grades. So you've actually got a G 6 out of 70, and then that's got hardly any detail on the head. A little bit more detail on the hair gives you a very good and a 10 grade, and then just a little bit finer than very good is fine with a 12 grade. You know, and you can see it's almost like one of those photo grade kind of things, just watching these coins as they come in. Here's a very fine one, but unfortunately very cleaned as well. It looks like maybe it was cleaned and it's been retoned, or there's something a bit funny about that and where the toning is. It kind of, you get a lot of coins which are disguised to look like they're toned coins, but actually they could be clean coins, and maybe they've been toned, maybe they've been artificially toned, maybe time has toned them. I don't know. Last couple of coins I want to show you in this box are coins that I really liked when they came in, and they've both done really well. One a 65, one a 63 from the Vatican in 1929. Both really nice designs, and you know, you certainly have to think and about what's happening in present day Italy and the tragedy which is unfolding over there with the coronavirus and the number of people who are dying. But hopefully my video gave you a little break from reality at the moment, which is particularly unpleasant, and please subscribe and wait for the next one.